Hello, World Wide Web. This is James, your local stop guru, with some more coverage of bbby, Bed Bath & Beyond, store closings. Let's take a look. We just got done taking a look at where their current locations are at. I just thought it'd be fun to take a look at what they've closed already. Maybe we can see some trends of what they chose to keep and what they chose to not keep. We can tell they chose to keep everything beachside. If it's in a beach town, if it's in a high dollar real estate area, it looks like they hung on to it. LA, San Francisco, Miami, Orlando, St. Petersburg, not as much in Jacksonville, Atlanta, Savannah, Georgia, Philadelphia, New York, Chicago. That looks like what they kept. Here's what they got rid of, and let's see what they all have in common. Norwalk, Annapolis, San Francisco, they're very well represented. Apparently, they had a crappy store there. Troy, King of Prussia, that's Philadelphia. Hialeah is one of their Miami locations in the poor sections of town. Fairlawn, Wilmette, Fairfax, Brandon, Duluth, Palm Desert, Boca Raton. That was probably a high-end location. They're very well represented in Miami, but it looks like they got rid of one of their southern Florida stores. They got rid of Atlanta, one of their stores in Buckhead. Boynton Beach, another Florida. Knoxville, Bloomington, Kansas City. They're pouring out of the Midwest. They're pouring out of small town America. They're shutting down these towns for the most part. Brunswick, Georgia, there is no economy there. Santa Ana, Westland, Normal, Coral Springs. Fort Myers, Florida didn't work out so good for them. Coral Springs is right down there. Southwest Florida. Kennewick, Visalia, Watchung, North Brunswick. They had two Brunswick locations in Dead, Georgia. Yeah, this is a small town America. Peoria, Cedar Rapids, Royal Palm Beach, Marlton. I haven't heard of half of these towns. Half of them I have. Okemos, never heard of it. Hawthorne, no idea. Mays Landing. Louisville, Midwest. Fort Wayne, Kentucky. Shreveport, Louisiana. Poverty-stricken Central. Holland, Ramsey, Memphis. Poverty-stricken Central. Plano, North Glen Elk Groves, Killdeer, Saginaw, Gastonia, Temple, Dillon, Hickory, Pasadena. When they went off opening new stores, they just wanted to spread themselves from coast to coast, and I feel like they were trying to give every American an access point to purchase and to shop at Bed Bath & Beyond. It doesn't look like they chose these locations because they thought they were great places to put a store necessarily. If you're opening a business, Greenville's a really small town. This is a really big store. So some of this didn't make any sense from day one. Vacaville, Carlsbad's big. North Little Rock, Arkansas. Lafayette, Louisiana. I see the most poverty-stricken companies closing, cities being abandoned. About half of this list absolutely deserve to go into the trash. They're very well represented still in New York. They did. It's nice to see that they killed some New York and a few Floridas. They weren't shy about killing a store in a state that they liked. If the store sucked, they got rid of it. I'm glad this is all off their books. Imagine trying to support 600 of these crappy stores, doing no business, paying managers and assistant managers, and sending trucks out to the middle of nowhere. Culver City, yeah. Hi, this is Bob from Culver City. We need some more towels. Okay, I'll send a truck like 500 miles to come out there and bring you some more towels. And your numbers suck and you lose money every month. Joplin, Boise, Glenwood Springs, Downey, Matawan, Wasau, I don't know how y'all get around much. I look at addresses all day long, every day, and I've never seen half of these places. Um, hey, one of the Vegas locations, Gainesville, Florida, they got rid of. Beaumont, Casper, Coralsville, Moscow, Cheyenne, New Hyde Park, Weatherford, Noblesville, Montgomery, Alabama, more poverty. Tulsa, Oklahoma, more poverty. Fort Smith, Hot Springs. I think we're getting the idea. Apopka, that's Orlando. That's North Orlando. That's one of the most poverty-stricken parts of Orlando. They got out of there. They left poverty, folks. I don't know why they opened their stores in poverty, but maybe these were, places they thought they could survive in. They never had a chance. I mean, look at these cities. I don't think Kentucky Fried Chicken avoided most of these cities. A lot of these places don't even have a KFC or a Popeyes. I think that was all of them. But yeah, I mean, there's some big towns in here, granted, but I would say that 75% of them are either ones that you've never heard of or population bases of less than 20,000 people. They're lucky to have one Arby's in town. They're lucky to have one Domino's or two Domino's pizzas in town. They don't get a Bed Bath & Beyond necessarily. This is not, they might have one mall in the whole town where everyone hangs out and enjoys the food court. But there's just not a population base big enough to warrant it. The financial status of the people that live in these places is much lower than we just looked at in the other videos on the map. Their current locations are all high dollar, on the ocean, expensive property, expensive real estate, expensive nearby customer. Their customers are rich. Their customers are the richest, most highest paying real estate people in the country. That's what they went to. They went to the good old no-brainer. Let's just put up a Bed Bath & Beyond next to all the people that can afford to shop here and spend a lot of money and would just love to go shopping. So to see all of this gone off of their books, I'm not even feeling sad anymore. I feel a lot different about it. These cities, 75% of them never deserved a Bed Bath & Beyond. It was probably a bad idea from day one. They've probably not been doing good at these locations or great since day one. Thank God they're getting out of these things. Yeah, Flemington, it's on a highway. These are like highway, Amherst, Hadley, Plowstow, and they're on Plowstow Road in Plowstow. Opelika, Moore. Seriously, folks. Now, Tulsa probably deserved a store. Maybe they got a population at least. A very poor population. The average person there makes, $30,000 a year probably. And the New York locations are making $150,000 a year. In Florida, they're making $70,000, $80,000 a year. In Tulsa, they're making $30,000 or $40,000 a year. So naturally, they're gravitating to where the money is. That was the Bed Bath & Beyond strategy, is to close this crap and keep the other ones I just showed you. If you were buying a house and money was no factor and you could pick any place in the country, you'd probably pick somewhere near a Bed Bath & Beyond. They went where the money is. And I think that's a great thing. Massapequa is a small town in the middle of Long Island. They closed that one. Maybe Massapequa's on Skid Row right now. I'm not sure. But they're very well represented in New York still. Hackensack, New Jersey. Oh, that's a good idea. Close that one. I like their choices. I don't know what else I can say. I mean, these are the losers. These are the ones that didn't do good. These were the ones that didn't bring in the money. These were the ones that were costing them $100,000 a month to keep the doors open, and they were only writing 80 in business or 100 in business, and they were just losing hand over fist month after month after month. They don't have to give that money up anymore. Um, I'm glad these are gone. It was never. These aren't superstore cities. At least half of them aren't. Um, Half of them probably had a chance. Half of them never had a chance. Um, yeah, it's kind of like putting Disney World at in Plastow. You know, it's like, okay, only 20,000 people live in Plastow. We really can't support a Disney World. So, or professional sports teams, they always go to big cities. You don't give Hot Springs an NBA team. The NBA would never do that. Bed Bath and Beyond, these superstores, they're a little bit like a Major League Baseball team or a football team. They need a traffic center. They need to be in a city with 1 million people. They need higher income levels. They need large amounts of people with a lot of wealth in the area that like to shop. And these are not those places. And that's why they're closed. And I think this was the smartest thing they could have ever done. That will conclude my video. Hopefully you got a better idea for what they shut down, and I am very happy it happened. Thank God these places are gone. We don't have to pay rent there anymore, and if they're going to save this company, this had to happen. This was a no-brainer. They've known it for a long time. Probably took them, well, hopefully they didn't wait too long to close them. But more updates coming on the company, bbby stock. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will have more updates for you in the future as we learn what they have left, what they don't have left, and all the finer points. So tune into my channel. We're going to see if this place cannot be saved. The world's saving it anyhow, it looks like, but we want to see if they're going to be profitable. Looks like recent decisions I am thrilled to death with. I like the fact that they finally recognize that they are a superstore and they belong in large market locations, and they stopped with all this Casper shit. Casper on Wyoming Boulevard. Seriously. Let's open up a Casper location. I wonder whose idea that was. Anyways, thanks for watching. BBBY, more coverage to come. Subscribe, like the video. Thank you very much. Have a great night.